How do I start watching the prequels? Well, with one of these, and one of these.
This is the intro, bitch. So just watch my shit.
And that's what I'm talking about today. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, aka the further rape of my childhood. There is enjoyment in this movie because Jar Jar says like one thing. For some reason he says something because George Lucas is like, hey, I hate black people. I'm gonna further take them back in time. The CGI in this movie is pretty good. I mean, it's not, completely worthless after 10 years like some movies came out then, but it still looks good, especially in the opening scene that for some reason is like half a fucking hour. Guys, it's the opening scene. It doesn't need to be half an hour. It needs to be like 10 minutes like, hey, I killed Count Dooku, I chopped his fucking head off, but apparently no, we have to meet General Grievous, who coughs a lot. I nickname him General Glaucoma, cause he coughs, like, way too fucking much. I think he has asthma, but he's a robot. How can robots have asthma? You tell me, people, you're the smart nerds. But he's gone for 3 years, and Padme's like, hey man, I'm preggers. And Anna should be like, okay bitch, who's the dad? Cause I've been gone forever to war. Who'd you fuck? Fucking whore, man. But then he starts like thinking he has like visions and shit, like Padme's gonna die in childbirth because the hot chick always has to die in a movie. And also Obi-Wan's and Anakin's friendship actually makes sense in this movie because in the last movie, Anakin was like a fucking shitcock. He's like, fuck you, master. I'm gonna go hang out with Padme. I'm gonna go get married. Why are you bossing me around because I'm like a kid? Well, Mr. Kid, because you are a kid. You're 19 years old and he's your master. But not like the 50 Shades of Grey master, like the student-teacher master thing. Because apparently they're like, the students are black and the masters are white. They're like, oh no, master, oh god, don't whoop me. Palpatine's like, hey, I can save your wife from dying. And Anakin's like, hey bucko, no, you're a Sith Lord. I'm gonna take you in. That's really cool. Anakin's come a long way. I like seeing that. But, then he goes and rats him out to Master Windu. Mace Windu, for some reason, again, has a purple fucking lightsaber. Because Sam Jackson's like, hey man, I'll be in your movie, but only if you give me a purple lightsaber. Okay, here you go, Mace. I'm like, fuck you. Lightsabers have colors for a fucking reason, you fucktard. This scene is really sweet because Mace Windu comes up here with all these other fucking badass Jedi and they're like, by order of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, motherfucker. He doesn't say motherfucker, but he's like Sam Jackson, so he should, but he just doesn't because they're like, oh, we gotta keep it PG-13. But you can have one fuck in the fucking movie, so why not use the fucking fuck for the actual fucking line, you fucker? But then they fight. All other Jedi are like considered red shirts because they die. And then Mace Windu's like, hey motherfucker, we're gonna fight. And they have this really badass fight. And then meanwhile, Anakin is like in the Jedi temple and Padme is on the other side of the fucking planet or city. And this is where you can tell that George Lucas still he knows how to make he knows that speech is not something that should be done. Like you see Anakin looking out the window, you see Padme looking out her window, you can tell like they're looking at each other. Like you can tell that George Lucas still gets it. So why he had to add Darth Vader going no at the end of Return of the Jedi, I will never fucking know because in this fucking movie, nothing is said. Anakin doesn't blurt out at the camera like, hey guys, I'm looking at my sexy wife. None of that shit is said. I mean, I don't fucking know. They are fighting, they are scrapping. Mace Windu for some reason hits the lightsaber on the fucking window and ooh, air goes everywhere. Like no, I need that guy. That really old guy that's really creepy for a young guy like me to hang out with him. I need him. This is not in a sexual way at all. Apparently he said he can save my wife from dying. Don't kill him. Please? And then Mace Windu's like, motherfucker, he's a Sith Lord. I'm gonna kill him. And then Anakin's like, no. Not having that shit. Chops off his hand, and then Palpatine's like, power! Lightning and power, and shove you out the fucking window! He became the emperor that we all know, and apparently it's not force corruption. That's what I always thought it was, fucking force corruption, but no, burnt face. So when you play Knights of the Old Republic, turn off force corruption, because it's not what it is. George Lucas hates everyone, guys. His switch to the dark side is like the most sudden shit I will ever see in a movie. Haven't seen it, copied since in 10 years. But he's like, oh shit, what have I done? Alright, I'll join you, man, let's do it. And he's like, so your name is Lord Vader. I'm like, sweet. He's like, rise. And then he's like, I'm sure if we work together, we can discover the secret of how to save people from dying. But I remember 20 minutes ago, he was like, I know the secret. So if I was Anakin, I'd be like, hey, motherfucker, you said you knew how to bring people back, so tell me how to do it right now, where you can join Mace Windu out the other side of the the window, and I'll just make up some bullshit story about how I couldn't save him and I had to kill you, and oh my god, poor Mace. As I sit on the Jedi Council as a master, you fucker. So Anakin's a fucking dipshit. And also, something I wanted to see Anakin kill Jedi. I wanted to see him just go and kill all the masters in the world. Fucking Palpatine is like, hey, go to the Jedi Temple and kill children. Yeah, he kills kids. That's pretty fucked up. So it turns Darth Vader, the character that we knew as like the badass, methodical, awesomeness badass, and turns him into, well, just a bully. He kills kids. Like, could you do that? Could you go to a mansion full of children? I know just bear with me for guys. Pretend in our world there is one mansion that unites the city and it's filled with children, okay? That are learning, like, Hogwarts stuff, I guess. And you go to Barack Obama and he's like, guys, join the military. You're in? Okay, great. Go to that mansion. Go to Neverland, owned by Michael Jackson, and kill everyone. Seriously, kill all the kids. Could you do that? Could you kill children? So then the Order 66 scene comes up. So here's where everyone gets their enjoyment. If you hated all these Jedi before, great, you get to see them die. If you loved all these Jedi before, well, you get to see them die. And that's like one of the cool things. This whole scene, it is sad. When I first saw this shit, I teared up. And then that little animal thing that fucking Obi-Wan was riding, that little furry lizard thingy, I don't know what the fuck it was called, but he like screams and hollers and it's sad, and for some reason Obi-Wan survives that fall. And I'm a big animal lover, I love animals, but the Order 66 scene, it's sad, it's awesome, and I love that scene. That is a great emotional scene, and George Lucas for some reason still has the ability to create all the sadness that needs to be in a great film. And Chewbacca shows up in this film for some fucking reason. I mean, they wanted to add a scene with Han Solo meeting Chewbacca and they cut it out for time. Really? Of all the things you could cut for time, that's what you cut. Hey, George Lucas, you remember the opening scene? It was half an hour, right? You remember that, right? You little fucking midget. Padme comes down. It's like, hey man, come back to the good side. Come back to your hot, smoking wife. And she dies with a broken heart because that's some bullshit. I just don't fucking get, why does she have to die a broken heart? Why can't Anakin have been like, hey, I'm choking you with the Force, and then, that, like, clogged up an artery or something, and, I mean, apparently George Lucas doesn't know anything about science. That Obi-Wan versus Anakin fight is really, really sweet. It's all lava. Anakin actually has an old school punch thrown in there. I say old school because they use lightsabers and blasters, except for that one bit. It's fucking awesome and sweet. The scene really drags on way too fucking long. I know the exact point too. It's when they're like going over the lava fall and then they get on these ropes and they swing and they clash and then it just keeps on going. It's like a Michael Bay movie. Action and action and action, and eventually you just get bored. You get some CG, you get some CG, even that random hand, you get some CG, just like Oprah. Obi-Wan like jumps off this platform and is like, hey motherfucker, I got the high ground. It's like, no, you underestimated my power, buddy. So he jumps and whines like a little girl. Obi-Wan chops off his arm and legs, and well, he's basically by the river. He catches fire and gets like burned. But the movie ends with Darth Vader becoming Darth Vader as we know and doing his little Frankenstein thing, and he's like, hey, Sidious, where's Padme? And he's like, oh yeah, you killed her, buddy. And he's like, no! No. I mean, also, all these Blu-ray changes, I hate the Blu-rays. I really do. I wish they didn't exist. I wish I could go back in time, get Betamax tapes, and keep those forever. But anyway guys, in the end, this movie is a piece of shit. It does have a bit of enjoyment in it. Next month is my episode 4 review. I'm just gonna keep them going every month. You're gonna, because next month we get to the good ones. We get to the good set. And these ratings will just get better. But I will say, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, that came out 10 years ago, is good if you're drunk.
Yeah, now it's a party.
Hey everybody on YouTube, I have a Twitter page, I have a Facebook page, and I have a Google Plus page that I never check, so go ahead and hit that shit. The Facebook page is Florcurta TV, it's pretty fucking basic. The Twitter page is at Florcurta TV, I'll put a thing like here so you can see it. The Google Plus page, you get it. Hit that shit, add me to your circle, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button here on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, do it all so you can stay up to date with my shit. What should I talk about next? Game, movie, show? Let me know in the comments below.